6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has called for joint efforts to curb smuggling, tax evasion, and power theft to put the country on path of economic stability. The US President, while felicitating newly elected government of Pakistan, has expressed the resolve to further strengthen partnership between the two countries. President has emphasized for promotion of barter trade and economic relations with Iran to increase bilateral trade volume. Finance Minister has urged the need to enhance public-private partnership to accelerate economic activities in the country. 71 Palestinians were martyred in unabated Israeli bombardment across Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. All parties Hurriyat Conference has demanded complete withdrawal of Indian troops and repeal of all draconian laws from occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has called for joint efforts to curb smuggling, power theft, revenue evasion, and other leakages to put the country on the path of economic stability. During a meeting in Islamabad today, he said, federal and provincial governments, as well as all the institutions, including armed forces, should join hands in preventing massive leakages in revenue, electricity, and gas sectors. He said smuggling and illegal trade have adversely affected country's economy. The Prime Minister mentioned that 58 billion rupees were recovered in the power sector, while smuggling was also reduced during the interim government. He said it shows that challenges can be overcome if there is a will. Shehbaz Sharif said besides transmission losses, we are facing electricity theft of 500 billion rupees annually. He said pilferage of gas is also bleeding the economy. Talking about the loopholes in the tax system, the Prime Minister said revenue of billions of rupees remains away from the tax net. He said tax cases to the tune of 2,700 billion rupees are pending before various tribunals. He said Pakistan's reliance on foreign loans can be reduced if we retrieve even half of this amount, which will also be sufficient to construct more cancer hospitals, improve education sector and infrastructure in the country. US President Joe Biden, in a letter to Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, has expressed his best wishes for the newly elected government of Pakistan. President Biden, in his letter, said partnership between people of the two countries is critical for security of the world and the people. He said United States will continue standing by Pakistan in facing the most important challenges facing the world and the region. The US President said ensuring public health, economic development, and education for all is a shared vision, and both the countries will continue promoting it together. President Asif Ali Zardari has emphasized promotion of barter trade and economic relations with Iran in line with the potential of economic cooperation between the two countries. He was talking to Iran's ambassador to Pakistan, Dr. Raza Amiri Muqaddam, who called on him in Islamabad today. Expressing his commitment to further strengthen the Pak-Iran ties, the president called for working together to overcome the common challenges faced by both sides. Finance Minister Muhammad Aurangzeb has urged the need to enhance public-private partnership to accelerate economic activities in the country. Talking to the media persons during a visit of utility stores in Karachi today, he said quality of all essential commodities is being ensured and there would be no compromise on this issue. He said that the relief is being provided to the public through 1,200 mobile units under Ramadan package and 12.5 billion rupees have been provided for this purpose. The minister said the central database of Benazir Income Support Program is being managed for transparency in all matters. He also expressed the hope that wheat produce this year will increase. Earlier, addressing gong ceremony at Pakistan Stock Exchange in Karachi, the finance minister stressed for reforming tax system to improve country's economy. He said government is working on short and medium-term strategies for carrying out structural reforms. Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi has expressed the government's resolve to bring culprits of Pesham terrorist attack to justice. He was talking to Special Investigation Team of China at Chinese Embassy in Islamabad. Interior Minister briefed the Chinese investigation team about the progress made so far in the investigation of the incident. Chief Minister of Balochistan Mir Sarfaraz Bugti has said both federal and Balochistan government are on the same page to address the issue of the province. Addressing a news conference alongside leaders of allied political parties in Islamabad today, he said the state of Pakistan is using the relevant tools to prevent threats and causes of insurgency in Balochistan. A police personnel embraced martyrdom while unknown terrorists opened fire on him in Badha area of Tak today. Chief Minister Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Ali Amin Gandapur has strongly condemned the incident. He expressed sympathy with the bereaved family and prayed for the martyred. This is Radio Pakistan. A draw for Zaireen to participate in the Urs of Hazrat Mujaddidi Al-Thani in India was held in Islamabad today. Around 400 applications were received from all over the country to participate in the Urs. Out of the total applicants, 200 Zaireen were selected as per the provincial quota. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has demanded complete withdrawal of Indian troops and repeal of all draconian laws from illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The APHC made the demand while reacting to the recent statement of Indian Home Minister Amit Shah, wherein he said that his government is considering repealing the draconian Armed Forces Special Power Act and pulling back home troops in IIO-JK. Pakistan has reaffirmed the role and authority of UN General Assembly in maintenance of international peace and security. Counselor at Pakistan Mission to UN, Naeem Saber Khan, made these remarks in a statement during a debate at the UN headquarters in New York. The counselor said the General Assembly's pivotal role in addressing global concerns such as climate change, development, finance, terrorism, and disarmament needs to be reaffirmed. The International Court of Justice has ordered Israel to allow the provision of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance into Gaza. The latest ruling by the court in The Hague comes after South Africa asked it to bolster an order issued to Israel in January to take all measures to prevent genocidal acts in Gaza. Meanwhile, United Nations has warned that the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza is turning into a man-made famine. 71 Palestinians were martyred in unabated Israeli bombardment across Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. The health ministry in Gaza said that martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Gaza since October 7 last year has risen to over 32,600. Over 75,000 people have been wounded in the Gaza Strip during the last 5 months. At least 38 people have been killed in Israeli strikes on the northern city of Aleppo. This is the deadliest attack so far in an intensified Israeli campaign in Syria. And finally, the weather. Rain, windstorm, thunderstorm is expected in Islamabad, Upper Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir and North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. However, heavy fall is expected at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Kashmir. Dust storm and dust-raising winds are likely in southern parts of the country. Now the headlines once again. Prime Minister has called joint efforts to curb smuggling, tax evasion and power theft to put the country on the path of economic stability. The US President, felicitating newly elected government of Pakistan, has expressed a resolve to further strengthen partnership between the two countries. President has emphasized for promotion of barter trade and economic relations with Iran to increase bilateral trade volume. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.